Do you have a uterus? Do you know anybody that does? If so, I highly encourage you to become educated and get informed on this very basic vital sign. Crash course, very basics from a woman who has no qualifications, just a deep passion for the female reproductive parts. Let's get started with very basic anatomy. We have the ovaries. That is where all of the egg follicles, everyone with a uterus is born with all of the eggs that they will have throughout their lifetime, and they diminish over time. However, they're really teeny tiny. It is only when they become the chosen one that they become the full size egg. And that is where they are stored in the ovaries. The fallopian tube is where that eventual chosen egg travels on its journey into the uterus. And then we also have the vaginal cavity, which is where menstruation as well as birth happens for those who own a uterus. So let's get into the very basics of the menstrual cycle. On average, the menstrual cycle is about 28 days. Again, I emphasize on average, all body is different. It begins day one of a new menstrual cycle is the first day of menstruation. That means not spotting, but a full flow that can fill up a tampon, menstrual cup, or a pad. And that lasts on average 5 to 7-ish days, depending on the person. What can be confusing for people, menstruation is the first phase of the menstrual cycle. The follicular phase that begins at the same time is the second phase. So the follicular phase lasts from day one of the cycle up to ovulation. What can help us remember the follicular phase? As I mentioned, in the ovary, we have all of the follicles, all of the egg follicles that people are born with. During ovulation, the chosen egg, or sometimes two, becomes a full size egg that can be fertilized. So during that 14-ish day period, a chosen follicle becomes full size and makes its way to get ready for phase 3, which is ovulation. Ovulation is approximately day 14 of the cycle. Again, everybody is different, but approximately day 14 of the cycle, the chosen egg is now full size and ready to be fertilized if that is what is happening that month. So that egg will travel through the fallopian tubes, and if it is fertilized, it will go into the uterus and implant in the uterine wall and start to grow a baby. If pregnancy happens, then pregnancy happens. If there is no fertilization of an egg that cycle, then the thickened uterine lining does not have a baby implanted in it, and the uterine lining sheds and leads right back into day one of a fresh cycle. So there we go, some very basics of the menstrual cycle and the uterus.